Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, barely awake, back to you again for video number 3 on your Triple Threat Friday night, June the 6th, 2025, or for my great people on the replay crew, I love you all. It is now Saturday, June the 7th, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the very dark and mysterious Shadow's Lair 2.0. And this is episode number 72 of the Shadow's Lair 2.0 series. Thank you all for watching. Once again, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button in my pants down below in the description box. Show you love support, leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't you dare leave stupid comments, because you will get sent to that Shadow Realm, put in an Iron Maiden. Satan will eat your soul, and then it'll come haunt your entire family for eons. So, please do not do that. If you're gonna act like a schmuck, go to your dead channel and do that. You ain't gonna do it on my channel. And that's, all I gotta say about that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, because if you do, you suck. And you're pretty much SOL. You know what that means by now. And if you don't know, for the love of God, Google it. Just Google it. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you like, and all that good stuff. And if you're here for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen, and you're thinking about subscribing, well, please do. And when you do subscribe to my channel, and my other channels as well, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one. This is Fruit Punch. Grab that cold one, whatever you got. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. And get out of here. Get a life. But some of you can't. And you need one. You need to get really slapped in the face violently until you actually figure it out and get a life, asshole. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is late. It's really late. I am dead tired right now. I did sleep for a couple hours, and then I got up just to record this, and I'm going right back to bed. So anyway, hope everybody had a great Friday. And if not, well, too bad. No. We'll talk about SmackDown early tomorrow before we get to WWE. Well, NXT Worlds Collide, starting at 3 p.m. And then right after that, about an hour, I think the pay-per-view is probably going to end about 5:30 or so. I mean, we'll see what happens. There's only a 5-match card, so about 2, maybe 2.5 hours. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. And then we got Money in the Bank from Los Angeles, California, at the Intuit Dome, or whatever it is. Later on at 7 p.m., and that'll end your Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, Saturday night festivities, because we got a long day of wrestling. We've had a long week of wrestling. And finally, after tomorrow, we get Sunday off, and then back to the same shit again next week. But at least we get next weekend off. So, it is what it is. We got Monday Night Raw, the aftermath of Money in the Bank. We got the aftermath of Worlds Collide on NXT this Tuesday. We got another 4-hour AEW Dynamite Collision show with Summer Blockbuster from Portland, Oregon. Then we got TNA and Ring of Honor on Thursday. That should be about 2 hours at most, maybe 3, who knows. And then Friday Night SmackDown once again, next Friday the 13th. That should be fun. Maybe Jason Voorhees will come out and kick Cody Rhodes' ass. I don't know, but yeah, 3 more hours of wrestling on your Friday. And don't forget Saturday, we don't have wrestling next weekend. No Collision because it's on Wednesday, and no pay-per-views until the end of this month with Night of Champions. Which Night of Champions is going to be big. I mean, all the titles on the line, and we got what we learned on SmackDown. I'll spoil a little bit of SmackDown. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce were on the show, and they announced that the King and Queen of the Ring is going to be back, but it's just a tournament starting after Money in the Bank, starting on this Monday and Friday. Fatal 4-way matches on both brands, which is good. So we'll have to go through like a 6-week tournament or whatever. But Fatal 4-way matches will start the quarterfinals, and then the winners of those, I think it's two matches each on Raw, 2 matches each on SmackDown, and then the winners of that go to the semifinals, and then the winner of Raw, basically the winner of I assume the winner of SmackDown for the King and Queen of the Ring title, and the winners of that face off against the champion of their brand's choosing. I assume the world champion. I'm not sure on that, but that's gonna be at SummerSlam. Well, that's pretty damn nice. So instead of that's the reason why we don't have King and Queen of the Ring this year. It's just gonna be its own tournament on Raw, and then we get the finals and one match in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. So we're gonna crown maybe some new champions, and then we're gonna crown the new King and Queen of the Ring. I think it's been a while since we had a King and Queen, because I think the last King we had, I believe, was Shinsuke, I forget. Or I thought it was Xavier Woods, but I forget, who cares? I know the last Queen of the Ring was Zelina Vega, but... No, I'm sorry, it was on Nia Jax. I'm sorry. It was Nia Jax on the women's side, I know that. I forgot who won the men. I think it was Shinsuke. I think it was Shinsuke. But yeah, I think it was Shinsuke. So we'll see what happens this year. Jade Cargill is in the tournament. I think Horseface Charlotte Flair is in it. God forbid she wins and actually becomes the queen. She is the so-called queen. But now she wins it. She, is officially the queen of WWE. But I don't think we want to see that. But we'll get that. But we'll talk more about SmackDown tomorrow. And that's that. And get ready for Worlds Collide. And then we will talk about Worlds Collide after pretty much. I'll try to get Worlds Collide after the show to get you ready for Money in the Bank. But I will be doing Money in the Bank predictions tomorrow as well. So I'll probably do SmackDown, then Money in the Bank, and then probably end the night with Worlds Collide. And then Sunday, we'll do Money in the Bank. We'll do Money in the Bank review, and we got a long TNA Ring of Honor and Against All Odds review, because I did watch a little bit of Against All Odds, even though it started at 10 o'clock, which was insane, and it ended like at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was a pretty decent show, nothing great. I mean, we had the return of the Iconics! Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, they came back, and they might be going after those Knockouts tag team titles they won before. So, the Elegance team might be losing them pretty soon, but we'll see. Also, the return of Killer Kelly, who we haven't seen in about a year or so, because she had a little bitty baby. So, congrats to her. She's back. She's going after, guess who? Masha. Slamovic will retain over Xia Li. Santino, you son of a gun. Still the director of Authority in TNA, thank the Lord. Robert Stone did all he could, even using Tessa Blanchard, to try to win control of TNA, but, thankfully Santino and his hot daughter, Ariana Grace, had a backup plan, and that worked to perfection, and now, Robbie E., bye-bye, so long, farewell, go back to NXT and hang out with Ava Raine and your so-called girlfriend, Stevie Turner. And that's that, and then Chick Willie Shamon retained the TNA title over Elijah. That was obviously going to happen. And now on the road, pretty much the road to Slammiversary. We got the tapings tomorrow, which, pretty much 2 weeks of tapings. So, we'll see what the aftermath is in Trick Willie's next opponent, probably for Slammiversary. And, we'll see. we'll see. I think it might be Mike Santana again. I think they're going to run it back at Slammiversary, but, I mean, I don't know. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night on the TNA tapings for this coming Thursday night and next week, I believe. Next couple weeks, I think, too. But we move on with that. But I'll talk more about TNA anyway. Alright, now, let's get actually to the video at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a doubleheader coming up later tomorrow, or later today, whatever you're watching this. We got Money in the Bank, but this, on episode 72, it is time for the cough and lose my voice. It is time for before we get the Money in the Bank, we got NXT Worlds Collide pay-per-view extravaganza, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. We're gonna actually watch it on YouTube. We don't even have to watch it on a free stream or Netflix or wherever you're gonna watch it from. But anyway, NXT Worlds Collide comes away tomorrow afternoon from the Kia Forum in Inglewood. Inglewood, always up to do good, California. Used to be the Forum, now it's the Kia Forum. Alright, so like I said, 5-match card. And then after this pay-per-view, we go to our next pay-per-view, which is the Great American Bash, the same freaking day as All In, which I don't like. And then after All In's done, probably go right into the Saturday night's main event, which is... So, people are going to be having, gonna have dual, like, in the afternoon, July 12th, we're going to have NXT and All In. NXT, Great American Bash is going to be quick. So, I think it will probably start, at the same time, or maybe early, or maybe earlier than that, who knows. But I do know that, All In starts, I believe, at 2 or 3 o'clock in Texas. So that's going to go at least 4 or 5 hours. At least 4 or 5, because it's their WrestleMania, basically. So it's probably going to go 5 hours. So it's going to go from probably 3 to 8 or 2 to 7. And I would assume both going to be at 3 o'clock, but Great American Bash will end at 5, and then we'll just go, right into pretty much near the middle to end of All In. And then after that, hopefully we get a break right before we get to watch Saturday night's main event, but we got that, and then after that Sunday, July 13th, we got the return of Evolution, the all-women's pay-per-view. I believe that's in, I forget what that is. I think it's San Fran or somewhere where it is. But, so it's going to be a long July. The week after July 4th weekend is going to be just massive. Pretty much from Monday all the way through Sunday. So, July 7th to the 13th is just going to be massive freaking shows. It's just going to be insane. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, but not so much if you're a WWE employee with the whole TKO and fiasco. I hate it, but we move on. Alright. So let's get to this card. Like I said, 5-match card. Let's get into it. Alright, first match out the gate. We got a 6-man tag team match player. We got Legado. And that's run by our good buddy. And we all know and love this guy religiously. Issa does, but, and Issa says his name very well. Santos Escobar. So he teams up with Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo of Los Lobos. And they take on the Triple A team of the third son of El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., or Dr. Wagner Jr. III, Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Should be fun. A lot of people are gonna watch some of these guys for the first time. I know Pagano, I know Psycho Clown. I don't know much about Dr. Wagner Jr. III. I've seen Dr. Wagner before. I think this Dr. Wagner, the original one, wrestled in Lucha Underground. Maybe it was the first or the second one, but if you watch Dr. Wagner religiously in Mexico, he's very good. But so we'll see what happens with that. Psycho Clown's a maniac. Pagano, another maniac. So see what happens with that. There's been problems with Legato, with Humberto Carrillo, kind of like, he's standing up to Santos, and he's like, I want to branch out, I want to, and his, Angel Guard's like, hey, brother, we gotta stick together, we're familia, everything like that. And Humberto's like, I don't give a fuck about you. So I think that's gonna come into play. So I'm gonna go with the AAA stars, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. III, Pagano, and Psycho Clown to get the win. And we move on with that. Alright, now originally this was supposed to be a singles match, but since El Hijo de Vikingo beat Alberto Del Rio for the AAA Mega title, which I think is their main title, well, this match is now for the AAA Mega Championship. So we have El Hijo de Vikingo taking on El Grande Americano. Chad Gable. So this should be fun. I would not be surprised if Chad Gable, uses his alter ego, El Grande Americano, to win this title. And that'll really be mad, Triple A will be mad. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Chad Gable wins this, and then goes on to Money in the Bank and wins Money in the Bank. And then God forbid he cashes in the same night on Cena or Jey Uso or somebody else. And he walks out with 2 belts in the same day and night. That'd be crazy. But I'm gonna go with Logic, and Logic usually wins. So I'm gonna go with El Hijo de Vikingo to retain the title. He just won it, so why would he lose it? Especially to a guy like Chad Gable. Oh, thank you. But, we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with El Hijo de Vikingo to get the win. Alright, then we got another title match, this time for an actual main promotion. For the NXT North American title, we got Ethan Page in his first defense, because he won it from Ricky Saints. He takes on Mr. Bouncy, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. This should be pretty fun. Ethan doesn't really do high-flying moves, so I'm thinking, it's going to be fun to see Javon, Laredo, and Rey Fenix just go berserk. I really want Ethan Page to lose this belt. I would love to see Ricky Starks come back for this event and cost Ethan the title, and then Ethan and Ricky kind of finish off where they left off about 2 weeks ago. And we'll see what happens with that. But I think Ricky might appear tomorrow night at Money in the Bank to maybe cost somebody. Who knows? But I really think since he has that messed up larynx, I think he would want revenge on Ethan Page and cost him the North American title. So I'm going to go with Bouncy to win. I'm going to go with Javon Evans to win his first major title in NXT. And he's only like 20-something years old. God bless that man. He's got a long career. Hopefully, if he doesn't mess, with all these high flyers, they risk their freaking body and shit. With all these high-flying moves. Darby. Hi, guys, it's me, Darby. I just wanted to wake you up and say hi. So, yeah, Darby's like in his 30s. He's been doing crazy fucking spots, I think, since he was like 18 or maybe younger than 18. He's like broken almost every bone in his body. Probably like 55 times. Who knows? But, Darby's coming back. I don't know when, but I think Darby comes back at All In. And I think Darby might, come back and cost Moxley. Because I don't know. I really want Hangman to win, but I have this really bad feeling that Hangman's going to lose because of maybe Swerve, or maybe just Moxley just beats him up again. And then everybody's like, well, who's going to beat Mox now? And then Mox like, I beat everybody. And then the Wednesday after All In, Mox comes out like, oh, I've beaten everybody. Nobody could stop me. And then next thing you know, Darby comes out and says, oh, you took my spot, this and that. So he challenges Moxley to a match like right then and there. Maybe he wins it that night. Or maybe they hold off They hold off until or out. Or I can't do it Forbidden Door because if Mox still holds it, he's probably gonna face somebody from New Japan. Maybe Goto, because I think Goto's still the world champ. And we got the G1 coming up pretty soon, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch all the G1. I did last year, and it was just insane. Couldn't stay up for most of it, but I watched pretty much the entire tournament. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that when we get to the G1 next month. And that's gonna be almost a month worth of great New Japan wrestling. Just because it's the number one promotion in the world. But I digress. Alright, so like I said, Javon Evans will beat Ethan Page, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix to become the new NXT North American champion. But we shall see. Alright, then we go to the ladies, the mamacitas, senoritas, So, tag team match, we got Stephanie Vercor. She did triple duty. She's doing triple duty this weekend. She was in that 6-man women's match, Money in the Bank women's match, with Alexa Bliss and Mommy Rhea Ripley, who defeated Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Julia. So, she had that match, and then she has 2 matches tomorrow. This is the first one, and then she's in the Money in the Bank ladder match later on in the night. I hope she does not get hurt before Money in the Bank. After Money in the Bank, fine, because everybody's gonna be banged up and beaten up and scarred, and it's gonna be nasty. But anyway, Stephanie Vercor teams up with Lola Vices as they take on the Senoritas from Triple A, Chick Tormenta and Delice. I don't know much about Delice. I don't know much about Chick Tormenta, so it's like pop my cherry with those 2 ladies in more ways than one. So I'm gonna go with the easy win here. I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vercor and Lola Vices to get the win. And Booker T's gonna go berserk tomorrow. Oh yeah, man. I can't wait for Booker T's gonna be happy to see Stephanie Vercor back. But I wish he was on Raw. Well, we can't have that. Not yet, but let me move on. Alright, and then I don't even know what the main event of this fucking show is. I assume this is gonna be the main event. 6-man tag team match. We got 2 members of the Latino World Order. That's Dragon Lee and was supposed to be Joaquin Wild, but he got injured in a match with Lexis King. I forgot how. I think he hurt his neck or he hurt his shoulder. I forgot what he hurt. He's always hurt, that guy. So in his place, Raul Mendoza. They team up with Lince Dorado, I believe he was a former cruiserweight champ. I could be wrong, but anyway. So they take on the Triple A team of Octagon Jr., who is now medically cleared, because he wasn't, now he is. That's why he didn't show up at Under Siege. Aerostar, and the legend, Mr. Iguana! Oh, I can't wait to see this guy. I've seen some of his matches on YouTube. He's basically, Mr. Iguana is like the green version of Goldust. So it's Green Dust. So he has his pet iguana. I forgot the name of the fucking pet iguana. Maybe his name. I think it's Ernie or some shit. It's Frankie the bird. No. So yeah, Mr. Iguana Aerostar. We all know him from Mexico. He was also on Lucha Underground, so we know him. Octagon, and I think he was also in AEW for a little bit, for a couple matches. Well, not too many. And Octagon Jr. is part of that. I think he's part of that faction in TNA. That's Octagon. I forget the other 2 guys. I think it was another guy and 2 other guys. But he got injured thanks to the system, and now he's back. He's been cleared. So, but it should be a fun match. Lots of flippy dippity doos. Lucha Libre. This guy is gonna love this pay-per-view tomorrow. Right? You're gonna love it? Oh, I'm going to have fun tomorrow. I see all my friends, ese. Pero. Yeah, Osito might be there. I am not watching it then. Why? Did you fear him? Bah! Okay. Anyway. So, I'm gonna go with Octagon Jr., Aerosol, and the legend, Mr. Iguana, to get the win. I hope Mr. Iguana gets the pin. He doesn't take the pin. I hope he pins probably Lindsay Dorado, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that. So that is my Worlds Collide predictions. Let's run it down again for those of you who might be just tuning in. So I got El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown to beat Legado de Fantasma. I got El Hijo de Vikingo to retain the AAA Mega title over Chad Gable. I got Bouncy Javon Evans to win the North American title from Ethan Page, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. He's going to win that Fatal 4-Way match. And then for the ladies, I got Stephanie Ricker and Lola Vice essay to beat Chick Tormenta and Dalise. And probably the main event, I got, like I said, Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Misty Iguana to get the win. And that's pretty much it. We're going to see some stars. JBL might be on the show. There's a rumor that Chavo Galero. Ooh, Chavo. He might be there. Eddie, your brother's going to be there. You know, Chavito. Who gives a fuck about Chavito? Hey, you teamed with him a few times. Can't say anything bad about Chavito. At least he's better than Levis. Oh, whoa. Okay, will you stop with Ray? What do you mean? I'm better than him. I know you are. But you gotta, let it go. I would never let it go. I say, Bill. Okay. Thanks, Eddie. Good night. Well, good night. Yeah, so we got Chavito, Chavo Guerrero, JBL's gonna be there. I don't know about Conan, but I wouldn't be surprised. We're gonna have a few stars. I think, well, the owner of AAA should be there. And maybe some male and female stars that are not on the show. We'll probably see them in the audience. It's like, hey, is this guy named Jose? You know, he's in the crowd eating a burrito. I don't know. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, just being funny. But anyway, we move on with that. Anyway, so we got all that. So that is my predictions for Worlds Collide. Leave me your predictions down below in the comment section, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to sleep, get a few hours of sleep, then get up, have my sensible morning breakfast, and then we'll talk about SmackDown really quickly, and then right before Worlds Collide, we will talk about Money in the Bank. So on episode 73 of The Shadow's Lair, we will talk about Money in the Bank. And then episode 74 will most likely be Night of Champions. And then episode 75 will be our big, huge July 4th show. Just going through the Diamond Show. Like a Gilmore Cutter. Bang! So we'll talk about that July 4th weekend. I'll just do a vlog. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a vlog. Or maybe that Saturday I'll do I'm not going to do a live show. I was thinking about going back to doing a live show. Or at least going live for the first time in 2 years. I might do it. I may or may not do it. I'm not sure yet, but you know, a lot of people ask me why don't I do live shows anymore. I just don't feel like doing it. As much as I love talking to you guys live instead of just pre-recording this, you know. But you know, all the interruptions I got, you know. If I go back live, I know I'm gonna get more. So, I mean, eventually, maybe someday, maybe in the future, I'll be maybe in another year or two, I'll go back to doing live shows. I'm not really give two fucks about the interruptions, but because people love with their stupidity, that's all they do, because they can't let people just be themselves and just let them do their live shows. They always have to try to think they're great, get their 5 seconds of fame, and ruins people's live shows. It's just stupid. It's just retarded because people have no lives. They're jealous, and it is what it is. But someday, I say probably by maybe next year, we'll see. But I might come back and do a live show. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll do it from outside. Maybe not outside my house. Obviously, probably in a park or another location. I'm like on location. Like maybe I'm on vacation or something like that. Maybe not this summer, but maybe next year. If I do it next year, maybe I'll do it next summer. If I go to Atlantic City, maybe I'll do it on the beach. But because I've done that before. I didn't do a live show. I taped an old episode of the Gilmore Chronicles 1.0 on the beach in Atlantic City with I think I did a predictions video on the beach. It was fun. I just stood on the beach and I just was doing my videos. You see random freaking girls passing by. It was great. When Rosa was basically getting a tan and shit like that. He was doing her thing and I was doing my video with on the sand and everything, and then afterwards I went in the water because my feet were getting hot. Like shit, I'm gonna get in the water. But yeah, maybe next summer I'll do a live stream. But we'll see. I might do a Facebook Live video one day, but I haven't done one in a long time. So maybe I'll do Facebook Live video for you guys. But those who follow me on Facebook, but I want to do Instagram Live, but I gotta figure out how to do that. So maybe someday I'll do Instagram Live, but just for a little bit. Not gonna go like an hour or 2 hours, but because I don't know the time limit on that on Instagram. Facebook I can go as long as I want, because I've done it before. But eventually, the old videos I have done on Facebook are going to be pretty much history. Not that I give two fucks. But it is what it is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, gonna get a long, summer's coming up in basically a week and a half. So, can't wait for that. Lots of things coming up down the pipe. Lots of predictions videos coming your way. Lots of reviews. Some interesting videos, topics coming your way on my respective channels. So please hit that bell on my respective channels. If you haven't subscribed already, please do it now. For everybody who has subscribed over the last couple of days, thank you. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the prophecy. And that's pretty much it for that. But we got we got more to come. We're getting close to the 1/3 mark. We got 812 subscribers on my Peter Joseph channel. Thank you very much for that. And hopefully you start getting this channel up a little bit more. At 23 right now, but it's been about a year since I had this channel, but I only use this channel for my predictions videos. So, but I am gonna be getting back into maybe doing vlogs and shit. But we'll see. I don't know. I might just scrap the channel pretty soon and just do my predictions videos on my Peter Joseph channel. I don't know. I really don't want to give up the Gilmore Chronicles or TTM. Well, used to be the Shadow. Well, now it's the Shadows Lair. What used to be TTM TV, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, I will be here throughout the summertime, at least through all of July. That's definite, and all of August. As we get to Labor Day weekend, it might get a little tricky, but I'm pretty confident. Probably, I'm about 75% sure I should be around for all of September, and maybe all of October, and then November, we'll see about that, because my work schedule is changing in September, and usually around November it gets a little bit, around the holidays it gets busy, so, but, because I'm about to end my season here, my job, and then I go into a little mini summer schedule. But pretty much the end of probably about 6 weeks. We're about 6.5 weeks away from my actual vacation. I'm taking my vacation finally. But that's only going to be for about 4 or 5 days. So I'm going on a mini vacation, not a long vacation, but because I have so much vacation time, and I kind of used it for staycation, and but I'm actually taking my actual vacation, so I'm going to be finishing off my some of my vacation time that I accumulated, and then August, the week after SummerSlam, I'm going away for that weekend, taking a road trip, and so I won't be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll be back that Monday, which I believe is the I think that's the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th of August. I think I gotta check that. I will not be doing videos that weekend because I'll be on the road and everything. But I might chime in with a community post here and there, but we'll see. That's that. But so that's my summer schedule. I'll be, like I said, all this month, all next month, up until the end of July. We'll be off for about 4 or 5 days, and then after SummerSlam, I will be gone for 3 days. So I know a lot of you, my lovers, would love to have me gone, but ain't happening. Ain't happening. But I will be off YouTube for like a few days. So in the summertime. Now, if you don't believe me, try me. That's all I gotta say. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to bed because it's, like, late. And I really gotta get to bed, get some sleep before, I get up tomorrow and I gotta do a lot of stuff. Gotta have my breakfast. I gotta do 2 videos before Worlds Collide. Have my lunch, probably in between that. And then, take a little break, take a little rest period. And then, get ready for Money in the Bank, and that's gonna be from 7 to about 10, maybe 10:30, with the post show as well. And then I gotta do my 3rd video of the day. I'm gonna do my Worlds Collide video, and then go to bed Sunday. And then, next Sunday Sunday I should say, get Money in the Bank done, and then I will be doing some errands. And I'm going out that day too, even though it's supposed to rain. Sucks. So I'm going to try to get some things done Sunday, even though it's going to rain. So I got some errands to run. Hopefully I won't get soaked or anything like that. And then, have Sunday dinner with the missus and the family, and then just chill. And that'll be it for my weekend, and then get back to work on Monday. And then that's it. Alright, I talked way more than enough. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your predictions down below. Let me know what you guys think. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Thanks for watching. Enjoy if you're still up in the West Coast. Bless you. Have a great night. If you're on the East Coast, if you're still watching on the East Coast, you're watching this whatever time this goes up. Or if it goes up like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Or 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, well, top of the morning to you fuckers. Hope you had a good sleep. Most of you. I know all the ladies were thinking about me. And that's that. Maybe, I don't swing that way, guys, so take your skin pipe and go play with yourselves. Well, that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.